Coming up on This Week in Torrance, the Torrance Police Department shares the latest trending scams for seniors in the community.
And there's a new cake place in town offering some rich flavors.
Then Amazon opens a kiosk at the Delamo Fashion Center where you can experience some of their high-tech devices.
Plus, the local center takes part in a march for unity and equality. These stories and much more just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Julie Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories. The Torrance Police Department is warning the community to be more vigilant. They're reminding residents to lock their doors and windows at home when they're leave or asleep. As summer kicks in, nighttime and daytime burglaries increase and suspects enter occupied residences. For added security, it's recommended to keep exterior and interior lights left on. Police say it is better to keep your windows and doors locked when you're not at home.
Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors unanimously approved proposals to help fight homelessness. Measure H was passed in March, which is a quarter-cent sales tax projected to raise $355 million a year for 10 years to help homeless people transition into planned affordable housing. The funding plan covers the coming fiscal year with projections for the following 2 years. Some of the funding will go towards homeless prevention programs for families, provide services and rental subsidies for permanent supportive housing, enhance services for transition-age youth and disability income, and veteran benefits advocacy. The tax will be implemented October 1st. The City's Social Services Commission will have a meeting with a representative from the county to talk about what this now means for the city of Torrance.
After 30 years of service, Torrance Police Chief Mark Matsuda announced his retirement. In a statement, Matsuda said, "For 30 years, it has been my honor to protect and serve the citizens of Torrance as a proud member of the Torrance Police Department." Matsuda was appointed chief in April 2014 and served as the department's 10th police chief. Under his leadership, the department formed a mental health team, assisted social services groups to assist with the homeless population, and enhanced community outreach through Coffee with a Cop and much more. Other roles Matsuda played in the department included patrol, vice, and narcotics, and was also promoted to sergeant in 1998. The chief will retire in August.
A Torrance-based company's leader is remembered for being a legend and visionary. Vic Edelbrock Jr. passed away at the age of 80 recently. Edelbrock Jr., who spent 5 decades as the leader for Edelbrock LLC, taking after his late father, is said to have reshaped an industry devoted to designing and manufacturing high-quality, high-performance replacement aftermarket parts for cars and motorcycles. At the age of 26, he became the president and CEO of the company and held those positions until 2010. Under his reign, the company grew from annual sales being just $450,000 to exceeding revenues of $125 million in 2004. Edelbrock today has 6 locations. 3 of them are right here in Torrance. The headquarters include R&D manufacturing, state-of-the-art testing facilities, advertising, and tech support.
A local nonprofit organization receives quite the honor by Assemblyman Al Muratsuchi. On June 28th, representatives from Pediatric Therapy Network will head to Sacramento for the presentation at California Nonprofits Day. Assemblyman Muratsuchi chose the network as the Nonprofit of the Year.
A local group brought together the community for a day of equality. The South Bay LGBT Center hosted its first Pride March through Torrance along Crenshaw Boulevard as part of the South Bay March for Unity, Pride, and Equality. It was part of the dozens of other events hosted throughout the country for LGBT rights. During the month of June, the center is showcasing a unique project called Orlando 49 Farlitos to pay tribute to the 49 people that were killed in Orlando at the Pulse nightclub. After the horrific event, James Nocito drew portraits in his sketchbook of those whose lives were taken. He then transferred the sketches onto paper bags in hopes of keeping awareness alive for the Orlando victims. Farlitos are little lanterns made by paper bags. If you're looking for support or information offered at the South Bay LGBT Center, you can call them at 310-328-6550. Well, still ahead, the Torrance Fire Department recognizes new fire recruits for their accomplishments.
Plus, there is a new pop-up store at the Del Amo Fashion Center.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
Here at Chop Junior, we're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
It was a special moment as 9 fire recruits officially received their badges. 9 recruits were recognized as they graduated from the Torrance Fire Academy. Their ceremony was also an opportunity to promote current firefighters to a higher rank and acknowledge new employees that have joined the team since last year.
Remember why you are here, why you have arrived at this moment in time. I challenge you to keep your fundamental desire to spend your life in the service of others alive and well, to nurture it, protect it from complacency, the routine duty of day-to-day fire service work.
Councilmember Heidi Ann Ashcraft was in attendance to congratulate them. She shared her personal stories of Torrance firefighters' true compassion for the community. Recruits also shared their stories.
It was a celebration at the Seaside Neighborhood Association meeting as they took time to give back to students in their community. 2 Torrance students were honored after winning scholarships towards their continued education. The Seaside Neighborhood Association scholarships started on behalf of former president and educator Tom Ritchie. 14 students applied to the scholarship, and based on academic achievement, letters of recommendation, community and school involvement, leadership, and family need, the 2 most deserving students were chosen. This year, the winners are Joseph Mills, attending Cornell University to study psychology, and Jacob Downey, attending San Diego State to study computer programming.
It just feels good, honestly, to get this award, to be here with the people I've grown up with and the neighborhood I've grown up in, to have them giving me one last little gift before I go away. It feels really nice.
I'm really excited that I won. I mean, it was a bit of a surprise given that, like, growing up in Seaside, and going to the school, I wasn't the top student, but I've always worked hard and studied a lot and tried to give back to the community. So it's really cool that people noticed it.
Each winner lives in the Seaside neighborhood and received $1,000.
The Torrance Cultural Arts Foundation is bringing a unique event to the city. On June 24th, the South Bay Festival of the Arts will take place. City Council recently announced that day to be the South Bay Festival of the Arts Day. Attendees can come out to enjoy entertainment on 4 stages. The production is to celebrate the arts, culture, diversity, and creativity available in Torrance and the South Bay. There will be art, dance, theater, music, and craft activities available. The event will take place from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. There will be a shuttle bringing attendees to the Torrance Cultural Arts Center.
The Del Amo Fashion Center has a new pop-up shop that you won't want to miss. The Fashion Center has opened an Amazon miniature retail storefront. It's designed to showcase and sell the company's hardware devices, particularly its Echo home speakers. It's a 300-square-foot kiosk. Officials say it reflects the company's growing drive to reach consumers directly through a variety of access points, including retail storefronts, home delivery, and innovative devices. As of March, the tech giant has 29 pop-up kiosks in 15 states. The pop-up is located on the main level near MAC Cosmetics. If you stop by now, you can experience an Amazon device demo and get a free gift while supplies last. The pop-up stores are separate from Amazon's physical bookstores, which first opened in Seattle more than a year ago.
There is a new place in town where you can buy a unique cake to satisfy your taste buds. The well-known company called Nothing Bundt Cakes is open in Torrance. The franchise is known for their thick frosting petals that cover each cake. Their signature flavor is frosting made with velvety cream cheese and real butter. That's real butter, folks. Each recipe has the purest ingredients that includes fresh eggs, butter, and real cream cheese. A bundt cake is baked in a bundt pan, which shapes it into a unique ring. It's inspired by a traditional European cake. The style of the mold, though, was popularized in the 50s and 60s. Sounds delicious. Their address is 5205 Pacific Coast Highway, Unit, BC.
The highly anticipated opening of a new lumber yard is delayed. City officials say the grand opening for Ganal Lumber has been changed to late July. Structural issues requiring reevaluation of beam to column connections is the reason for the change in date. Located on Delamo Boulevard, Ganal is on an 18-acre lumber yard. There will also be a building supply store, lumber storage shed, and lumber milling shed. The family-owned company plans to bring more than 160 jobs to the city. This will be the first location in the South Bay area.
A local company is teaming up with a group of middle school students to help them succeed. Keenan and Associates is working with the Spark program to mentor students from underserved communities. Common Sense producer and host Laura Fong has more on the program.
I like to cook. I cook at home, and because I really like Italian food.
Middle school student Jared Valencia is a chef in the making. That's why he's designing a food truck called Italian Delicioso with the help of mentor Dan Keenan.
Other people mentored us, and I think it's our chance to be able to give back. I know that for the employees here at Keenan, they are just so excited about this program.
Keenan and Associates was founded by Dan's father, John Keenan, in Torrance back in 1972. It has grown to be the largest privately held insurance brokerage/consulting firm in California. They provide innovative insurance and financial solutions to schools, public agencies, and healthcare organizations. The company also has a big push for community service and has provided a company mentor for each of the 9 students this semester in the Spark program.
What makes Spark so unique is the fact that we really do feel like we're uniting communities.
Sofia Jimenez is the programming director for Spark's LA office. The nonprofit started in 2004 and pairs 7th, 8th, and 9th grade students from underserved communities with mentors.
What we've seen is when you engage students early on in their education, and that's why specifically we work with middle school students, we can really see an impact when we can connect them with an individual that can show them all the possibilities that follow after high school.
The students spend 8 weeks with their mentors working on projects that they're interested in, like Jared, who interviewed a food truck owner about his business.
I learned that conversations are very long and nerve-wracking. And I also learned that break things down first before you start.
Or the students get to research a career like Yerali Mendez, who wants to be an interior designer and met with a local one for advice.
We met her and everything. She was super nice and fun. She taught me how to code some things. She gave me a big pamphlet of what they do, basically.
Every week, these students from Bethune Middle School in South LA come to Torrance to work on their projects, and each one is unique, like the project mentor Michael Coates is working on with a future rocket scientist.
Because I'm older, I just want to show the child how to do it, but it was important for me to make sure that the mentee had a voice, so I actually asked him questions so that he can see his output or his thought process in the project.
The students also get a chance to learn as a group, like this lesson on picking the right high school. Plus, they get to work together to learn other important skills.
I learned about group dynamics and different games that you could play with people. Those games were designed to get people to open up and share, and we've tried to incorporate some of those things here in our mentoring program.
Keenan and Associates has been taking part in the Spark program since fall 2016, and in this short time, mentor Lori Sato has already seen her student transform.
This year she comes in a lot more confident, she's excited, she shares more, and sometimes she even hugs me, which is really cute.
At the end of the program, the students will have a discovery day at Dodger Stadium where they'll get to present their projects to other students and mentors in the Spark program. While the program is only 2 months long, it's an unforgettable experience for both the mentors and the students.
It's very fun and exciting to work with someone and working on the thing you love the most.
For Torrance City Cable, I'm Laura Fong.
Thank you, Laura. Keenan and Associates has been participating in the Spark program for about 2 years now and has already worked with nearly 30 students, and they plan to mentor more.
The Torrance Refining Company recently promoted the importance of STEM. In partnership with the Torrance Unified School District, the Refinery hosted a teaching recognition event to showcase demonstrations of innovative curriculum funded by the company. Students presented projects that they've been working on. They awarded a total of $100,000 in teacher grants this school year to 38 teachers in the district. The Torrance Refining Company Innovation Education Grant Program provides funding to enhance classroom curriculum in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Also known as STEAM, to qualify for grant, teachers were required to show a direct link to design thinking techniques while incorporating Common Core state standards and next generation science standards into their curriculum.
I wrote a grant for the Torrance Refinery grant for Connects pieces, so my students could build amusement park rides, design a marketing plan for their amusement park ride, talking about the safety features, the forces exerted. They had to calculate the velocity at 3 different points and write a narrative describing the connections between their amusement park ride and the calculus we'd learned during the school year.
Students also say that the grants projects have helped them learn one-of-a-kind skills, getting them ready for college.
I feel like it was really a learning experience because I'm more of a tactile learner, so I got to use calculus in like a hands-on experience, and I feel like grants like this are very important to help people who learn like tactile way.
A grant selection committee comprised of Torrance Refinery employees selected the winning grant proposals from a total of 30 applications.
Torrance police are spreading awareness to help older adults stay safe. At the recent Seniors Don't Be Scammed workshop, police shared with older adults, family, and caregivers about current scams that are trending locally. One of the most common ones authorities keep seeing is when elderly adults are targeted by suspects in regards to their grandchildren. Some examples include elderly people getting phone calls about a grandchild that's in jail in Mexico or a grandchild that needs money to help get out of jail. Other red flag situations is when you're asked to use an unusual type of payment. Some points that were emphasized is to pay close attention to area codes. Make sure you know who you're speaking with, and don't let fast talking or pressure tactics rush you in a decision or keep you from calling someone for help.
Just to reiterate, the goal was education. So the more people that we can get this message to, the less victimization we can have. It really is a difficult crime to investigate because it oftentimes originates out of the country, and we just don't have the resources to find suspects out of country. So if we can kind of stem the tide and maybe get to these people before they even fall victim and educate them to the point that they're no longer being victimized and losing their money, I think that's a win.
They also shared information about what an ATM skimmer is. Attendees say it was a great opportunity to meet different agencies and learn about the different resources that can help combat scams. One attendee says her in-laws have experienced some fraud.
I'm kind of hyper-vigilant and aware. I'm here today representing them to try to get more information, but I think it's definitely out there and on the rise.
To stay in the loop with events, go to police.torranceca.gov.
Trader Joe's is recalling an ice cream flavor due to the dangers of small metal pieces. The company recalled their matcha green tea ice cream. No injuries or illnesses have been reported to date. The company says they have already removed all of the affected products from the stores and have destroyed them. Trader Joe's is urging customers to discard the items or return it to any Trader Joe's for a full refund. If you have any questions, you can call their customer relations at 626-599-3817.
A local hospital will soon be using a new communication system that will improve workflow. Torrance Memorial Medical Center has partnered with Mobile Heartbeat, a leading provider of healthcare enterprise solutions that improves clinical workflow and team communications. The community announced its MH Cure Secure smartphone application will be used by Torrance Memorial. It's a system that will improve secure text, voice communication, and integration with its medical record system and nurse call system. This will allow staff to communicate seamlessly from building to building. More than 2,700 clinical staff members across all departments, particularly its rapid response teams, will be using this. The hospital plans to replace all old phones and pagers. MHCure will also allow for a real-time clinical team directory that connects all members of a patient's care team, enabling patient-specific workflows while enhancing caregiver collaboration. You can find more information about Mobile Heartbeat at mobileheartbeat.com.
And the medical center also received a generous gift. Philanthropists Melanie and Richard Lundquist announced a donation of $32 million to establish a neuroscience institute and an orthopedic and Spine Institute at the 470-bed nonprofit medical center located in Torrance. This contribution, combined with the Lundquist previous contributions of $68 million to the hospital, gives the center a total of $100 million from a single donor. It's the largest known contribution to a non-teaching research hospital in the United States. The money will also help the hospital establish a new ambulatory location for orthopedic and spine medical services, reducing the need for patients with neurological needs, which previously had to be referred out of the area. Last month, the hospital announced a plan for a formal affiliation with Cedars-Sinai Health Systems.
Boy, those people believe in giving. Still ahead, we've got some great upcoming events you won't want to miss.
We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
Welcome back, everybody. Here are some upcoming events you will want to mark on your calendar. The Downtown Torrance Art Walk is taking place on June 24th from 4 to 8 p.m. Local artists from all over the South Bay will showcase their works. Then the monthly Torrance Antique Street Fair will take place on June 25th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will feature more than 200 vendors offering antiques, collectibles, vintage clothing, jewelry, and much more. For more information, you can call 310-328-6107. And here's a big one. The City of Torrance will host once again its 4th of July fireworks show on Tuesday, July 4th at 9 p.m. at the Torrance Civic Center. It will be a 20-minute show, and tickets are available now for seats at the Toyota Sports Complex. Tickets are available at the Cultural Arts Center box office. And that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Julie Chun. Thanks so much for joining us.